In this video, I'll show you how to install and configure Visual Studio Code so that you can use it for Flutter development. So on this page, on the Flutter.io website, we can open this tab, which is called Visual Studio Code, and this points us to a link where we can download Visual Studio Code. So I'm going to open this link in a new page, and in here I get a download link for Windows. So I'm going to press on this. And this is now proposing me to save the executable that we'll use to install Visual Studio Code. So I'm going to save this file quickly, and then once the download is complete, I should be able to open up the downloads directory. And here I can see that I get the Visual Studio set up. So I'm going to double click on this, and I'm going to perform the installation of Visual Studio Code. So I'm just going to go through all the steps from the wizard. I'm going to accept all the default values, and this will start the installation. So I'm going to pause the video and resume when this is finished. Like this, and I get the option to start Visual Studio Code. So here we are. Now that Visual Studio Code is installed, we need to install the Flutter plugin. So to do this, we are going to select View from the menu bar and then Command Palette. And in here we can type in install. And there is an option called extensions, install extensions. So we are going to select this. And then on the search field, we're going to type in Flutter, like this. And this gives us an option to install Flutter. So we are going to select this. And this is going to install Flutter and also the Dart plugin by default. And the last step that we need to do is to press on this reload button, which will restart Visual Studio Code and will activate Flutter for us. So at this point, both Dart and Flutter have been installed. And the last thing that we can do is to do a quick check once again by running Flutter Doctor, like this. And we can see that the report of Flutter Doctor now not only shows Android Studio, but also Visual Studio Code. So if you want to use Visual Studio Code for this course, once again, you can feel free to do that. But as I said before, I will run the course using Android Studio instead. Okay, so this completes our installation of Flutter on Windows. So let's continue on the next section.